initiation of muscle contraction starts with a trigger of a voluntary movement sequence in the prefrontal cortex, with movement planning in the basal nuclei, with sequence modulation in the thalamus, fine-tuning in the cerebellum, and adjustment for posture in the brain stem. However, despite this complex sequence of events, the central nervous system ultimately only actually controls 3 parameters when initiating a muscle contraction. The central nervous system controls muscle fiber contraction efficiency, sometimes called synchrony. It determines how many fibers should contract, often called spatial summation, and finally, it controls the rate with which active fibers are to be excited, otherwise known as temporal summation. These 3 parameters have been combined by biomedynamics to form an SD score that provides veterinarians with a unique and immediate assessment of muscle contraction as it happens. The SD score can be used to assess the degree of coordination between right and left-hand sides of a horse, assuming that the same muscle is selected left versus right, data that can be used in real time to assess lameness. The CURO app displays in real time the muscle sounds of those muscles that have been selected. It also reveals the SD balance score, shown as a semicircle with a green fill. In the case of this particular horse, recorded during trotting, the lower 2 traces are from the muscle triceps, left and right sides, and the SD balance score to the immediate left of the raw AMG traces reveals a value of -2, which represents a good degree of balance. The upper 2 traces are for the muscle trapezius, left and right sides, and the SD balance score to the immediate left of the raw AMG traces reveals a value of +6, which represents a mild degree of imbalance, in favour of the left side, which is stronger, versus the right side, which is a little weaker. Using the CURO system, this element of muscle imbalance and early lameness can easily and non-invasively be revealed. Indeed, just after these recordings were taken, this horse became visibly lame in its front right leg. This slide presents a raw wave file for a horse walking in a straight line. Note the excellent synchrony right versus left, but also note that the right side is weaker than the left, a smaller signal amplitude, in other words the S parameter of the SD score. The arrows denote muscle contractions of the muscle gluteus medius in connection with footfalls, and the weaker right side was revealed in real time by the SD score. Thus, with the aid of the CURO system, muscle coordination as well as limb gait analysis can be achieved easily and non-invasively, either with or without a rider, helping veterinarians to assess lameness at a very early stage.